Awesome. So I'm here with Arnold Pytcher, and we are here kind of just discussing some stats we've been looking at. He's been in this market for 30 years.
25.
So we're super excited to just kind of have some discussions for you guys, to information that I think is good for everybody to know. But check this out, Arnie. Like, I was just looking at some stats, and I didn't realize it, but the median age for a first-time home buyer is approaching 40 years old.
And I can believe that.
So let me ask you that. Out in the marketplace right now, are you starting to see that? Are you starting to see that the people you're showing homes to, Arnie's a well-known agent here in the Tulsa market, and are you starting to see that a lot of the first-time home buyers you're showing are a little bit older than they used to be?
I am seeing that in the market now, that the age, and it's only because I think they're getting more established in their job, or they're able to make more money because the affordability of the houses have really increased. And so with that increase, you have to make more money, and sometimes it's taking a little bit longer for them to get in the position to do that.
What you're saying is kind of one of the number one reasons that is because you're starting to see those prices over the last year, especially over the last 25 years. Well, first of all, let me show you this. In 1991, the median age of a first-time homebuyer was 28. In 2010, it was 30. In 2020, it was 33. And for 2025, it jumped all the way to 40. So what you're saying is prices have just continually gone up and up and up. What is the median home price in Tulsa right now?
Tulsa's the median home price here is around $230 to $240.
Okay, yeah, I think that's what we're seeing on the lending side as well too. That's gone up quite a bit. And what percentage of the market would you say right now are first-time home buyers? Just, I have a stat here, but I wanted to hear what you thought.
From the last several years that I've been dealing with this, I would say probably 25, maybe 30%.
And you're pretty close.
Yeah.
21%, and this is national, of the market is first-time home buyers right now. Yeah. So we're seeing that quite a bit. What other reasons do you think that we're seeing first-time home buyer average age going up like that?
I guess to repeat the same that we mentioned earlier, that people they don't have the income yet because the prices of the houses have increased greater or faster than the income for individuals.
So let me tell you a little bit from our end, especially going through the COVID, we're seeing that these higher rates are really, really affecting that, right? That people that were on track, that 20-year-old, that 25-year-old, that even that 30-year-old that was on track to buy a home when the rates were down in the threes, got set back a few years, right? And so they're having to wait longer to buy a home now because with these rates in the sixes, the payment is higher to where they're having to wait to either, like you said, be more established at work or save some more money up for down payment. We're starting to see that people are bringing more money to the table from a down payment standpoint so that they can afford the housing payment, because it's tough right now.
Yes.
It's tough right now out there with everything going up in price. Like inflation's a real thing now. And throughout my career, honestly, I've been in it 22 years, just behind you, and I've never felt the crunch on just the household income, household spending that I have felt now personally, but I definitely hadn't seen it with my clients where they're actually taking that into consideration.
And I actually have a question for you, and I found it while I've been working with clients, I've seen an increase of the parents helping the kids get into a new house. Is that
huge? We're seeing that, the multi-generational households now. We're starting to see more of that, believe it or not. Yes. That used to not be an American thing as much. And we're seeing a ton of that where not only are they living with them up until they're ready, but I'm seeing several cases where they're buying houses together for qualification purposes, but also for the ability, just the budgeting purposes. I'm seeing that a lot where that's happening, especially for a first-time home buyer.
Yeah, and you're right. The last several listings that I've had, the parents have come in to help assist with that compared to 20 years ago. Oh, yeah. Maybe 15 years ago, it was the newlyweds that could afford it.
Well, and I think it's an excellent way to get started, right? Like it's an excellent way to get started. There's so many co-signing opportunities too as well. Check this stat out that I was looking at. On a $300,000 home, the difference in paying those super low rates that we were paying during the COVID area and the rates now, it's about a $400 difference in your payment.
Higher, I'm guessing.
Yeah, higher. But here's the kicker. Prices of homes, you can attest to this and tell me if I'm wrong. Prices of homes have not come down very much since COVID, if any at all.
No,
tell me about that.
No. In fact, before COVID, I would say since COVID, probably at least a 25% increase.
Really? You've seen them consistently go up?
At least.
No kidding.
Yes.
See, you would imagine that after that mad dash of everybody's multi-offers, all that kind of stuff, after that died down and rates went up, you would have to imagine that prices would come down. Why haven't prices come down?
Inflation. Okay. In the last administration, we seem to have increased 8 to 10% on cost just to build the houses and to maintain them.
Do you think that there's some sort of lock-in effect right now? Like what I'm seeing a lot of is that home owners right now all either bought a house with a low rate or refinanced into a low rate. These are people that bought during or pre-COVID. And now they're looking at their situation. They're saying, well, I could sell my house and buy a new one, but then I'd have to sell my house with a 3% interest rate and go buy one with a 6. I mean, my payment, even if I buy a same priced house, my payment goes up.
Exactly.
Right? So do you think that there's a lot of people hesitating to sell because of that?
I do, because the hesitation would be from the sale of their house. It would pretty much be just a lateral move.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be, increase. I want another garage, maybe, instead of a 2 to a 3, maybe a bit more land, maybe like a bigger house.
Yeah.
But you can't do that. It's very difficult at this time.
What do you think ends that lock in? Like what has to happen for people to go, you know what? I have a lower rate, but I want to make this move. What has to happen?
I mean, I think you said it right there. The rates have to come down to make it, you put a person in perspective place to where they could do that. The payment will be lower so they can afford more.
Yeah. Or I think, unfortunately, things have to get worse before they get better, meaning like people got the economy or the prices of homes has to come down